the Bull City Schools Foundation. Some of you have probably heard me do this spiel before, but it's worth it still. And we started adding $1 to every ticket that we sold and giving it to the Bull City Schools Foundation. We did that all through the Terms of Surrender tour. We're doing it now. We've been doing it on this tour. And it's an organization that I love. And I think it's important for someone outside of the profession to be waving the flag for public education. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I mean, there's lots of other people besides me doing it, but it just feels important because I've been around, my family is, I've spent so much time hearing about both the joys of teaching and the sort of tragedy of the way that public education is treated in this country. So it feels like part of my job is to sing the praises of public education, as complicated as it can be. And in March of 2020, when the schools were just about to shut down, my wife came home and said, there are going to be a lot of hungry kids at school. A lot of kids in our district, and probably yours too, depend on school for a couple meals a day. And that was troubling to me, this idea. It kind of sat like a rock in my stomach. And I wanted to do something else. And I was home and was sort of free to work on something. So me and my dear friend Luke, who's right over here, he's been mixing the show, and Luke and I traveled together. We went through the HISS Gold Messenger archives, which are quite deep. We've been recording every show for years, and this show has been recorded. Everything that we do, pretty much, we record, with the intention of putting out a live record if we find ourselves doing a show that feels really good. And we had a couple that we knew were good shows. And so we mixed them and turned them into records, one of which is called Forward Children and the other is called School Days. And we put them out with all proceeds going to the Bull City Schools Foundation, who, thanks, at that time had pivoted to dealing with the sort of food insecurity that was happening in our town. And I started working with them. I would go to their warehouse and I would load buses full of food that were bound for people that were in need. And anyway, if you buy either of those live records, all the money still goes to the Bull City Schools Foundation, and will do so in perpetuity. And I think that we've raised something like $50,000 for them so far. So if you have bought either of those records, and I suspect there are people in this crowd that have, then thank you. You are helping kids in Durham, North Carolina, and I appreciate it. So this tune that I'm going to play, that whole preamble is for this tune called "I Need a Teacher," which did not start out as a song about public education, but sort of has been adopted by public educators, it feels like. Yes, Lord, it haunted, cry like thunder, yeah, the floor painted a different color. Now you wonder, dance slightly deeper, paycheck smaller, goddamn, I need a teacher. Rock me daddy, I'm still your kiddo, the ways to you are also very different, beauty in the book of American mama. Rock me daddy, happiness ain't free, I see where you're at, I know you can see me, beauty in the book of American mama. Yes, tell the truth, dear, don't be jaded, that's no way to play it, to say it, to feel it. Oh Lord, make me thankful, though it ain't easy.
daddy, I'm still your kid. The ways to you are so very different. Beauty in the broken American moment. Rock me daddy, happiness ain't free. I see where you're at, I know you can see me. Beauty in the broken American moment. Rock me daddy, I'm still your kid. The ways to you are so very different. Beauty in the broken American moment. Rock me daddy, happiness ain't free. I see where you're at, I know you can see me.